Hello everyone, Jan3 here, and I'm back with a new video. And this time I'm going to make something special. I was thinking about making a 30-day horror challenge, but I'm not actually going to make it within 30 days because I don't really have that time. So I'm just going to make a video about all this in just one simple video. And it's not because I'm lazy or anything, it's just because I don't have enough time to do it. So yeah, let's begin immediately. And now let's begin with the list. And the first one was the first horror movie that I've ever seen, and that was actually the fourth, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. The Next Generation, and I was not really old enough to see this movie. I just saw it on the TV and got stuck. Yeah. And the next one was last movies in cinema. And if I'm going to be correct at that question, I would say The Hobbit, but I don't own that on DVD yet. So I thought the latest horror movie that you saw on cinema, and that was The Cabin in the Woods, which I got on DVD as well right now. So yeah, that's really nice. And the third one was favorite classic horror movie, and that actually it depends on how you mean by classic, but I actually chose Psycho, of course, Alfred Hitchcock's my favorite movie. And the fourth one is a movie I thought I'd like, but I didn't, and that was Hack. It was completely boring, and it was so lame kills, and everything was bad with it, so yeah, really bad horror movie, if you ask me. And favorite horror remake. And that's not really hard to answer that question, because I've always said that the Hills Have Eyes remake is the best remake ever made, so yeah, that was not really hard to choose that. And next one was favorite vampire movie, and that was I'm not really into vampires that much, so I don't like them because of the Twilight and all that shit, but there were two movies that I had to choose between, and that was actually Fright Night and Lost Boys, but I actually decided that it was The Lost Boys that is my favorite vampire movie. So yeah, that's really nice. And a horror movie I think no one has seen, and that is Curse of Pirate Death. Try to look it up. It's I've seen it, and it's incredibly bad. It's really bad. Do never see that movie. I don't own it on DVD, and I'm never going to buy it anyway. And the next question was favorite foreign horror movie, and that is the Spanish movie called The Orphanage, or El Orfanato, that it's called in Spanish. So yeah, really nice movie. And the next question was favorite supernatural horror movie, and that is a classic that is directed by Toby Hooper, I believe, and that is Poltergeist. Who doesn't like Poltergeist? It's really awesome. And the next question was horror movie everybody likes, but I didn't, and that is The Stranger. So I don't really know why everyone seems to like it, because I thought there was nothing happening in the whole movie. Everyone says it's a really creepy movie, but I didn't like it at all, so yeah. And the next one is favorite horror comedy, and this was very hard to pick, because I got a lot of horror comedies that I really like, but I really had to choose this movie, and it is Shaun of the Dead, of course. Really amazing movie. Seen it a lot of times with my buddies, and yeah, it never gets old. And next question is most disturbing horror movie, And I actually think that like there are very many horror movies that are very disturbing. It's like Melancholy, The Wrangle, and the Vomit Gore trilogy. But I don't own them on DVD, so I had to pick the most disturbing movie in my collection, and that is Cannibal Holocaust, directed by Ruggero Deodato. Yeah. And next question was favorite zombie movie. And I got a lot of favorite zombie movies, and like I said before, I really love Shaun of the Dead, like a zombie movie, but I had to pick Doghouse, which is really awesome as well. I've seen it a lot of times with my buddies as well. Another like party movie, if you say so. Really awesome movie, funny as well. And the next question was favorite independent movie, and I don't really have any answers of that, because I don't really define anything like that with independent, so I can't answer that question. I'm sorry. But the next question is favorite monster movie. My favorite monster movie, I'm not really into like monsters and all that, but my favorite monster movie is Chud, Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers. A really nice cheesy 80s horror movie. The next question was horror movies with great soundtracks, and I'm actually going to show you some of them right here on the table, and get the music on right now, so you'll probably recognize some of them. Silent Night, Deadly Night from 1984. Really amazing holiday horror movie. And of course we got this awesome movie, Shocker, from 1989, directed by Wes Craven. My all-time favorite, one of my favorite Wes Craven movies. Really awesome. Next one is Children of the Corn, and a really amazing soundtrack. But I actually like the second one more than the first one for some reason. Can't really say why, but yeah. Children of the Corn. Then we have this movie, The Burning, and a really amazing movie. It actually, I think it came out 1981, but it actually was made before Friday the 13th, so there are very many people that say Friday the 13th, hey, they come out first, they made the movie first, and it was not actually true, because this movie came first. So yeah, or it came out 81, but yeah. And I got an amazing soundtrack as well, really awesome. If you haven't seen it, check it out. One of the best slashers of the 80s, in my opinion. The Burning, yes. And the last nice soundtrack is this beautiful music to this disturbing movie, Cannibal Holocaust. Really beautiful music to this disturbing movie. I really love this music. The music makes the movie even better, if you ask me. And I'm really against these animal killings in this movie, but for some reason, I don't really know why, but for some reason I actually think this is an okay movie. So it's not like I liked when they kill the animals and all that. It's a really beautiful soundtrack to it, so yeah, really awesome. Now let's turn that off and let's go to the next question. And that is favorite 80s horror movie. And that is a very hard question to answer. Really hard. But if I had to pick one horror movie from the 80s that I really like, had to be Night of the Demons from, I think it's from 1988. Really awesome, never gets old. And the next question is favorite black and white movie, horror movie. Not really know if it's a horror movie, but it's pretty shocking, and my friend is probably going to kill me when I show you this movie, but it's actually Tetsuo, the Iron Man, and that was a really one of the weirdest movies that I've ever seen, but I liked it because it was so really weird, so yeah. And the next question is best use of gore, and there are very many movies that have a lot of gore and really nice effects, but I had to go for Return of the Living Dead. A really nice movie. And the best one in the trilogy, I'm sorry, I haven't even seen the third one, I remember right now, so... But it's actually better than the second one. The second one was okay, but this one is really awesome. Yeah, Return of the Living Dead. And the next question is favorite horror character. And that was a pretty hard pick for me to choose, but I actually went for The Hitcher with Rutger Hauer as John Ryder, which is my favorite horror character. Really nice. Rutger Hauer is an amazing actor in that movie. And the next question is favorite horror franchise. And I know everyone is like, oh, you have to pick Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th, but no, I'm not really going to be that mainstream, so I'm actually going for the Sleepaway Camp trilogy. Really awesome movies. I love all of them. I'm probably going to watch it as soon as possible once again, because I really love them. The first one is like a serious horror movie, but the other two, they are really amazing. They're just funny and awesome killing scenes in them, so yeah, really awesome. And the next question is best death scene. And that is a pretty hard question for me to answer, because there are a lot of awesome death scenes in horror movies, and I've seen very many horror movies, but I had to pick Scanners, directed by David Cronenberg, and the scene is when this guy is getting his head exploded. It just explodes like that, and amazing. I really love the effects in that scene as well, so that's the reason why I picked it. And the next question is great quote from a horror movie. And I actually saw this movie just a couple of days ago, and I've had this quote in my head for like 1 week or even more. So I had to pick this quote from Dawn of the Dead. When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. Amazing quote. I'm never going to forget that quote. And the next question is, let's see down here, horror movie character that describes you. And that was a very hard question for me to answer, because there's a lot of horror characters that maybe not describes me, but it's very hard to pick anyway. But I had to go for Doghouse, and the character in that movie is Matt. And I'm probably going to pick, show you some picture of him right here in the video when I've made it through. So yeah, Matt in Doghouse. Not because I'm like him. It's more like he's like a nerd and he really loves horror movies and Evil Dead and something. So yeah. And the next question is favorite holiday horror movie. And I was actually going to pick Silent Night, Deadly Night once again, but I already had that one in my favorite soundtracks, so I had to pick Santa's Sleigh. Maybe not a horror movie, it's more like a comedy, but it's some horror elements in it, so yeah, Santa's Sleigh. And the next question is horror movie for a chicken, and I'm not really good at answering this question, because maybe this movie is a little bit scary for some persons, but I don't think it was scary at all. But it was really enjoyable and yeah, all that. So I had to go for Watchers. Not scary at all, just really entertaining and awesome movie. Not scary, it's just awesome feeling when you're watching it. So yeah. And next question is your guilty pleasure horror. And there I had to pick Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Really amazing movie, really nice to watch that movie. Not scary, not really a horror movie, but more like a comedy. But I like horror comedies, and the clowns in this movie are amazing. All of them, so, and awesome kill scenes as well, or death scenes, whatever you call it. And the next question is horror movie you'd like to see a remake of. And I don't really like when they are making remakes of horror movies, but if I had to pick one horror movie that I would like to see remade, it would be Motel Hell from 1980. Really awesome, and that's basically just because of this pig head. Really awesome with this pig head. I would like to see how it would look like right now. So I'm not really into like remakes and all that, but if I had to pick one, it would be this one, Motel Hell. And now we're coming to worst horror movie. And I had to pick, I know there's a lot of crappy horror movies out there, but if I had to pick one in my collection, it would definitely be Camp Slaughter, a Swedish horror movie. And I'm really embarrassed about being Swedish when I watch this movie. Nothing is good with it. The acting is horrible, and the plot is horrible, and the environment is horrible, and the soundtrack is horrible. Everything is horrible with this movie. So yeah, nothing else to say about that. And the final 30 question is all-time favorite horror movie. And like you probably already know, I've said this very many times, but I am never going to let go of this movie. I'm always going to keep this movie in my collection because it's an amazing movie and I really, really love it. And it's actually one of the movies that got me into horror from the beginning, and that is Dog Soldiers. Really cool and amazing movie. I'm never going to let go of that movie. It's amazing. I'm always going to keep that movie in my collection. So yeah, thank you for watching this long video. It's pretty long, and I hope you didn't get bored when you watched this. And like I said, it's not like a real 30 horror challenge daily, something like that. I just made this video because I had nothing else to do, and I just wanted to make something that would probably be just fun for me and for you as a viewers. So I've not done this like in 30 days. I just wanted to do this because I wanted to answer these questions. Because I thought it was going to be fun, and yeah. But thank you very much for watching, and I hope you didn't get bored or anything. So see you next time. Bye bye.